After Barou's super goal, Isagi is desperate and Hiori joins the battle as we reach the climax of the Uber vs Bastard München game. Will Isagi and Hiori dominate? Will we see another Hattrick from Barou? Or will Kaiser have another opinion? Well, in today's video we are going to be theorizing about what will happen and how will the most tactical game in the Neo Egoist League end. But before we do, however, if you enjoy this type of videos and content, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell for more amazing Blue Lock theories and reviews. And now without any further ado, on with the video. As any good theory video, I'll be kicking things off with a brief recap of the recent developments. So Barou scores a world-class goal and convinces Snuffy to reconsider his retirement announcement. This sparked immense joy among Uber's players, especially Lorenzo, and made them believe in Barou's remarkable abilities. As a result, it is now official. From Snuffy and down to the goalkeeper, they are all fully committed to embodying Barou's goal vision. On the flip side, the Bastard side of the field, Isagi is frustrated. He got completely beaten. And unlike the case with Nagi, Barou forced his goal through with sovereignty, and Isagi has no image on how to stop him. However, he might not need to. Our main character is smart as F, boys, and after hearing that the masters are out and the flow of the game is changing, Isagi came up with a plan, which is to aim for the gaps in the evolving Uber's formation and score the final goal. This way he does not need to stop Barou, rather he just needs to score the winning without giving Ubers any chance to counter. And you can already sense the danger in this plan. It is a huge gamble, especially since both Aiku and Nico have metavision and could backfire badly. However, Isagi believes it is the best plan right now, and for this he needs someone who can share his imagination. Someone with metavision that is on his side. Enter Hiori. And we see Isagi trying his best to convince Noah, and even gambling his regular position for this. On the other side of BM, we have Ness, who is having a complete mental breakdown after seeing Uber's awakening. But Kaiser, in an unusual fashion, actually approached him and spoke in a friendly manner, showing him that what they need to do is aim for what Isagi is aiming for, the gaps in Uber's formation. And with this we are caught up, so let's start exploring the theories. Also, there will be a timestamp for every point, so enjoy. The first theory we have is the most obvious one, which is the two Isagis will cook and destroy Ubers completely. Hiori passes and Isagi scores the winner. I honestly find this theory to be the most boring one. As much as I want Hiori to get his moment, a lot of players will get overshadowed this way. Also, much like we've seen with Barou's evolution, the writer does not take obvious routes. And besides, this would mean that Isagi has won fair and square over Kaiser, and I really doubt this would be the case, and for it to go this smoothly. And speaking of Kaiser and Ness, let's explore the second theory, which is Lorenzo covering Isagi after seeing how dangerous he is. This allows the German duo to take over, and Kaiser scores the final goal. While I think this theory is better than the previous, I don't think it's going to be like this, simply because this would be repetitive. This is exactly what happened with the bicycle goal, and we all know Blue Lock is all about hype, and so this seems far-fetched. A more interesting theory regarding Ness, however, is presented by these two geniuses, which is Ness actually going the extra mile and sabotaging Isagi hard, or even fouling him. From the mental breakdowns he has been having, this does not seem far-fetched. But I really feel bad for him, and I don't wish this to be the case, especially after the bro moment he had with Kaiser in chapter 231. Objectively speaking, however, this is very plausible. He might throw away his career for Kaiser if he fouls Isagi. Alternatively, he could awaken and do something out of Isagi's thinking, and steal the ball, allowing Kaiser to score. This fits perfectly with Ness's personality and would make Kaiser the emperor of BM, which means that Isagi would have to claw his way up during the PXG game. And I honestly find this to be a really good scenario. But if you want to talk about dark horses, the biggest name is still Kunigami. He has been completely absent from this match, unlike the Manshine City game where he has been doing all sorts of stuff. And for Kunigami to score, I have a personal theory, which is a Battle Royale. Hear me out. Now we know that Isagi and Hiori are aiming for the gaps behind Uber's formation, and that Kaiser and Ness are aiming for those gaps as well. But Uber's has two metavision users, Nico and Aiku, and I doubt they would not be able to see the same thing, and so they will try to cover those gaps. And here, the Battle Royale for the ball presents itself. Nico and Aiku versus Isagi and Hiori versus Kaiser and Ness. This chaotic space really favors two players on the BM side, which are Kunigami and Raichi due to their dueling abilities, and either could be the dark horse here. However, I'm leaning towards Kunigami. With his insane physique and powerful mid-range shots, he could snatch the ball and score with no one even coming close to stopping him. Now, as much as I love the hype that would be created by this scenario, I'm keeping a very big player in the dark, Lorenzo. I feel if this is the case and a battle royale ensues, Lorenzo and Kunigami will be the game changers and might even have a duel for the ball. And even though I would love for Kunigami to score, I really don't see him beating Lorenzo one-on-one. Speaking of one-on-one duels, this could favor Yukimiya and Raichi as I stated earlier, but I honestly don't see either of them beating Lorenzo. Which leads us to the funniest theory actually, Isagi beating Lorenzo on a duel and scoring. And for this one, all I have to say, guys, stop me writing for Isagi. There is no way in hell for him to beat the new Gen 11 best defender one-on-one, where even Kaiser couldn't. Okay then, now let's have the best theory favoring BM, which is presented by Antonio. He says that BM will break through the midfield, probably by the help of Yuki and Raichi. Then it is a 3 vs 3, Hiori, Isagi and Kaiser versus Nico, Aiku and Lorenzo. The ball gets to Hiori, who is covered by Nico, and Lorenzo, knowing that they are buddies, covers Isagi instead of Kaiser. And here, Hiori actually betrays Isagi to prove his worth. And also because the most logical play is to pass for Kaiser, and after an intense battle with Aiku, Kaiser impact proves supreme and he scores. What I love about this theory is how much it gives every player. They are all doing their best, and in the end, it is a 3 vs 3. It also fixes the problem of who is BM's ace, Kaiser or Isagi, without using Kunigami again, as here Isagi's plan has worked, but it was Kaiser who capitalized on it, meaning the throne is still for the grabbing. Then there is Hiori betraying Isagi, which I love, especially due to this panel. It is not about favors, everyone is trying to prove his worth. And besides, Hiori is known for his level-headed analytical playmaking, which in this case favors Kaiser. This could also work with Kunigami. If Lorenzo covers Kaiser and Aiku covers Isagi, Hiori might choose the third option, which is Kunigami, which would be less of a betrayal, but I can see this happening as well. One final quick theory is that we've seen how Hiori always slays zombies in his game. He could help Isagi slay Lorenzo if he covers him, and this would fit perfectly with Hiori's new ego. But honestly, I still don't see Isagi beating Lorenzo. Alright, now that we finished with BM's theories, it is time for us to explore the other side of the coin, with theories that favor Ubers. Now I would like to start by talking about the cover of volume 26, which features Lorenzo. This obviously could be referring to the previous chapters, because honestly, other than Barou, Lorenzo has been the MVP of Ubers. He has been the start point of most attacks, all while keeping the most dangerous BM player, Kaiser, in check. On the other hand, this could mean that he will be the key piece to Ubers winning, which leads us straight to the theory. If Isagi and Hiori link up, get sabotaged by Kaiser or Ness, or stopped by Aiku or Nico, and they pass to Lorenzo, he still has the most OP dribbling technique, the zombie steps, and could lead a swift counter dribbling past most BM players and feed Barou his Hattrick goal. Alternatively, he could be joined by the rest of the Ubers and together feed Barou the final pass. And since Isagi stated he has no image on how to stop him, Barou can sink the last goal. Now, I had a theory that Aiku might be the one to score the final goal to feed in the idea of him being a striker originally. But after the last few chapters, it seems that Ubers fully embodied the king's image. And so if they are winning, it's going to be Barou. This is the most plausible theory in my opinion. But I will play the devil's advocate and present some realistic counter-arguments for this theory. First argument. It would be too much for Barou to score another Hattrick. This way we should have another MC, right? However, as I explained in my goal analysis video, Barou is the first Blue Lock player to achieve Ego's vision of the team embodying their striker's image. Add to that the fact that Noah ranked Barou as one of the best strikers in the U20 category. It is not far-fetched for him to score another Hattrick. Another angle I want you guys to look at this from is this statement from Snuffy. When I see those two go at each other, they remind me of you and Ego and that twisted rivalry you had. If Snuffy is saying that Barou looks like a young Noah, then you already know he is on the right track to being the best striker in the world. And this way, scoring another Hattrick makes so much sense. Second counter-argument is, if Ubers win, then Isagi, being the main character, won't be playing against PXG, probably the most important game. And I honestly think this would be very interesting and would put the NAL on fire. So far the NAL has been fun but very predictable, until the Ubers game where we got the saddest stories of Mike and Lorenzo. And so this game could be one of the best games ever if an insane twist like Isagi losing his place happened. This would really test his mettle and give us a level of character development comparable to Isagi in the second selection. Plus, it could be a wake-up call for Bastard München and would mean no more internal interference like we've seen throughout the 3 games. I can't escape the feeling that the writer will lean into this due to the whole Kiora story and how this isn't the rational path, especially since Noah promised Kiora that he will play the next game. This could mean that Isagi will have to gain Noah's trust again before or even during the PXG game, and we might see him and Hiori join after PXG scores 2 goals. I honestly think this makes the most hype scenario and would take the NAL arc by a storm. It's a unique approach to sports manga and would really make Blue Lock more insane than it already is. But then again, I might be hoping for BM's fall way too hard. Anyways, that's it for the video guys. Please let me know what do you think of these theories, and if you have any theories of your own that I did not cover, please let me know in the comments. I would really like to read what you guys think and what are your wildest theories. Until next time, thank you for watching.